Hello all, and thanks for joining us on this paranormal pit stop. Tonight, we'll be exploring an infamous 8.8-mile stretch of state highway connecting the Interstate 95 junction and State Route 150 in Chesterfield County with Interstate 295 through Henrico County near Richmond Airport in Virginia that features a prominent and costly high-level Vietnam Veterens Memorial Bridge crossing the James River. Also recognized as State Route 895 and rumored to be roamed by all manner of restless spirits, are you prepared to brave the history and hauntings of the Pocahontas Parkway? Historically, though a route through the region was desired for decades past, federal funding was never made available until finally in 1995 the Virginia Grand Assembly passed a Public-Private Transportation Act that allowed for private companies to bid on high-profile transportation projects and improvements. Following this act's passing, parties Floor Daniel and Morrison Knudsen would win out a bid for 895's construction, which would begin shortly after. And in 2002, the Pocahontas Parkway was officially open to travel under the Pocahontas Parkway Association. Sadly, by 2004, the association was facing bankruptcy. However, in 2006, Australian firm Transurban was granted a 99-year lease under the Virginia Department of Transportation, or VDOT, after which it would purchase all rights held by the Pocahontas Parkway Association and would pay off the state's $18 million debt by way of massive loans. While Transurban would upgrade and modernize the stretch multiple times and would even complete a connecting link to Richmond Airport in 2011, unfortunately, by 2012, the company was unable to make ends meet in order to repay their loans, resulting in VDOT taking over full responsibility of the byway, after which more recent roadway projects have been contracted out to various companies. The Pocahontas Parkway, or Pocahontas 895, remains open to through traffic into the present, offering a means to bypass Richmond on its southern end, alongside countless stunning views of the region's landscape, which includes the twisting James River. In a series of events akin to a Stephen King novel, prior to the highway's construction, archaeologists and later road crews would document the finding of multiple native sites and artifacts through the area, which suggested that it formerly played host to both Powhatan and Arrowhattock villages, to cherished hunting and fishing grounds, and likely to grave sites. Despite these findings, construction would soldier on, with the toll plaza even purportedly being established right atop a sweeping burial grounds. Certainly not suggestive of native curses, vengeful spirits, or anything else sinister. During construction of the bridge, 2 workers were killed in what were deemed implausible accidents, and at night, the foreboding form of what appeared to be a native warrior on horseback was observed watching the crews, and would always fade into the darkness when noticed. To date, those traveling on or living near 895 have reported a host of chilling and inexplicable occurrences, some that have even been so much as documented in local newspaper articles, including disembodied drum beats, chanting, cries, and whoops heard on the winds at night, extreme cold patches felt through the summer, and the glows of phantom campfires spied at distances that disappear entirely when approached. One famous account shortly following the Memorial Bridge's construction details an instance in which a truck driver who was traversing the crossing in the middle of the night came across 3 men in traditional native attire right near its center, and as he passed by them, noticed 2 more off to the edges of the roadway. Toll Plaza, which purportedly sits atop the aforementioned burial grounds, is plagued by supernatural phenomena, with workers there telling of objects sighted moving around on their own, of shadowy figures that prowl about after dark, of banging noises heard at random, of ghostly cars that pull up to the gate only to fade away, and of an eerie, spectral torso that drifts about. Lastly, documented reports from toll workers, police officers, and emergency personnel called to the area detail troops of ghostly warriors on horseback that appear suddenly at full charge, frightening motorists before passing directly through their vehicles and riding off into the night. Thanks for tuning in for this paranormal pit stop. If you enjoyed hearing our histories and ghost stories, subscribe to our channel, like this upload, and share us with anyone you feel could use a good scare. Pleasant dreams.